Hello, my fellow Bereans. So today I'm going to do my version of an unboxing for some new technology. I also thought I'd go ahead and show you an insert that you can add to your prayer Bible if you're interested. You can send me an email as usual to BibleNoteTakingWithKatie@gmail.com. So I'm going to be showing that today. First, I want to show you something that I'm really excited about, and that is that I got a new microphone. So this is kind of going to be an unboxing. I want to see if it makes a difference, how much of a difference it makes, and so you're going to be experiencing that with me. One thing I want to say is that I'm still using an iPhone 6, which is very old, and I'm pretty sure the sound quality on this iPhone is kind of going. My husband already had to replace part of the iPhone to make it continue working, but I am going to plug the microphone in and see how much of a difference it makes with the iPhone 6, and then I know with an iPhone 13 it will be even better. But you can all experience this with me to see what the sound quality difference is. And now this is with the microphone. So while I'm testing this microphone out, I really want to say thanks to everyone, and then I want to zoom in on a few very special people. One of those is Bev from Bible Treasures and Reviews, and she has a YouTube channel. She is someone who has been visiting my channel and is helping me with all of these technologies. So when she heard me talk about a $300 microphone, she said, "You don't need to do that." She showed me a video on her channel and sent me a link to her microphone. And then she's also showed me how to set up affiliate links. So I'm going to share her affiliate link to this microphone in the description box in case you want to do something similar. And then also I'll share a link to her channel. That link will be in the pinned comment to her channel. I'm going to try it with this attachment here. I just want to see if it makes a difference. It might help with, I've heard there can be pops and that kind of thing. So I'm going to add this and then we'll see what happens. So now I've added that little foam cover and we'll see how much of a difference it makes with the quality of audio. And so the next person I really want to thank is Cecilia. Her generosity was enough to buy this microphone and the adapter. Such an amazing gift from her. And I'm very thankful to be able to have this microphone and to improve the quality of videos. I'm really excited about some of the studies that are coming up. We just finished the book of Ruth, and now we're going to be switching to the book of Amos, which I really didn't think there was much in there, but there's actually a treasure in there. It's kind of my gems of scripture is the way I think of it. You find this gem and it just unlocks something and it connects to all these other places. So I'll show that to you. But before I say anything about that, I'm going to switch and try another attachment. And that's this one here. And we're going to see if that makes a difference. And I think I'm going to try it both ways. One with the little sponge cover on there and one without. And I'll just see what this does. Okay, here's with that circular thingamabob. And going to see how the quality changes on that. This is with that sponge cover, and then I'm going to try it without the sponge cover. So this is with that circular piece without the sponge piece. I'll see what works better. I've been working on the next study because I just finished the book of Ruth, and I thought that was such a huge study. It took me much longer than I thought it would, because there were all those inserts to put together and Bible verses, and I was just so amazed. I wanted it in my Bible about how God said he's going to redeem his people. He sets up this system of kinsman redeemer, and then Christ is that kinsman redeemer, and the only way he could do it was to take on our flesh. So that information just was so amazing to me. And so I thought, when I finished that one, I thought I need something that's really quick and easy. I switched the book of Amos just thinking that would be a quick study, just so I could have another book come out for everybody with study inserts, but that wouldn't take as long to prepare. And I thought I'll just transfer my notes in and I'll add some maps. And then there's this treasure gem in there, and I won't spoil it for you. It's just a few days off. I haven't even filmed that study yet. It's just the background research for the study. But it's made me realize that actually might be the reason each of those books are in there, because there's at least one treasure in every single book, and it's our job to find those treasures. And this just amazes me because I became a Christian back in 1996, and for so long I thought the Old Testament wasn't really that relevant. I mean, Genesis was neat. It showed the setup of the people, and I knew the Jewish people went through things like they went into captivity. I'm not even sure if I really understood that, but the Old Testament was just not that important to me. And now that I'm looking at Bible symbols and how they connect to Revelation, understanding prophecy, how God tells us that he reveals himself through prophecy and that his people will keep the commandments of God and the testimony of Jesus. And then we find out that that testimony is prophecy. So God is a God of prophecy and his people will be of prophecy. So we need to understand this stuff. And I'm going to tell you this, there's so much online with mainstream churches where Revelation, there's no foundation to it if you look at it. It's all man saying, well, this is going to happen and that is going to happen. And they take things out of context from the Bible. But if you look at the symbols in the book of Revelation, God actually tells us what all the symbols mean. You don't have to guess. So we're going to be taking a journey through that, and you're going to slowly see that. I do have a series that I recommend if you want to just dig into those symbols. I mean, it's amazingly powerful. I will add a link to that series in the pinned comment. That's going to take you through the whole book of Revelation and the book of Daniel, and it's going to bring you through the other parts of the Bible that show you why things mean what they do. Nothing is arbitrary in that book. You don't have to guess. You don't have to guess. It's just hard for us to know where to look. So thankfully, there are people that have gone through the book of Revelation, gone through the whole Bible and found what these symbols mean. And they were doing this back in the 1800s. They didn't have Google to look. So these are impressive things that they were able to put all this together. And to me, it's very clear when you look at it. So we're just going to slowly go through it in this. I highly recommend that series, but we're going to just slowly make our way through, and I'm going to give you videos as I can. I wish I could do this full time, but we're just going to slowly work our way through it. And so I'm going to take off this piece of equipment because I'm not going to know until the end what sounds best. This might be making my voice quieter, which would be unfortunate. So I'm going to switch back to just the regular microphone and just show the free insert that I have for today. So one moment while I get that taken care of. Now, I have noticed in the last week, there has been a huge increase in my subscribers and people that are coming over to the channel to visit. And I realized it's the prayer Bible, and that is because there's a Sister Rita video that just came out with her prayer garden. And so that's a really neat idea where she has hers kind of mixed together. And so there's different styles. So you can use her idea with the mixed garden type of thing and then use the inserts from this channel, whatever people would like. So there are so many different ideas on YouTube of how to do a prayer Bible. It's interesting because I actually had only seen prayer notebooks. So it was a new thing when I decided, oh, I'm going to stick it in my Bible. And then since then I've looked and I've seen all of these prayer gardens. So it was not an original idea, but it was one I thought was original at the time. So kind of funny on my part, I'd watch like Faith Alive and, there's all these prayer notebooks. So different ways for people to do this. And it's wonderful. There's so many ways that we can reach out and connect with God. I did want to show one thing. So in my prayer Bible, if you haven't seen this, there's different parts to it. There's the fruits of the Spirit. There's this part that I'm calling the prayer walk. It's just becoming connected with this idea that there's a great controversy and our part in it and God's part in it and his promises to us. And I want it to be really short and quick. So some of these are actually too many verses. And there's also this part for prayer requests and who God is in our life. And then here at the bottom are some things, and this is a part that I'm tweaking, but you can watch the video. But anyways, in this part, these are these cautions from God. And just recently, I read a set of verses, and I'll show you. I went ahead and created an insert for that. So in this, Ezekiel 14 verses 3 through 5. And so this is a warning. This is the first insert I've made for this section. I normally do the KJV, but I decided to do the NLT for these verses. And it is in my Bible right next to the KJV, so I can read either one. But I did, Son of man, these leaders have set up idols in their hearts. They've embraced things that will make them fall into sin, which that totally impacted me because it is so easy to embrace things of this world that are going to make us fall into sin. And it says, why should I listen to their requests? Tell them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. The people of Israel have set up idols in their heart and fallen into sin. And I know that says people of Israel, but we joined ourselves in with the people of Israel that follow God. There are people of Israel that do not follow the same God as us. That is what God over and over calls calls his people, and we join ourselves onto them. So we can do the same thing as them. And so they can do all of that. And then they go to a prophet asking for a message. So I, the Lord, will give them the kind of answer the great idolatry deserves. But then this is the part that's so beautiful. It says, I will do this to capture the minds and hearts of all my people who have turned from me to worship their detestable idols. Thing that gets me is true to form. God does nothing just to be mean. It's always to bring the hearts of the people back to him. And he doesn't even do that for a self-centered reason. He's doing that because he loves us and because those other ways lead to our destruction. Not in that, oh, he's going to have to destroy us, but truly, if we're living in sin, we don't have the kind of life and happiness that we're going to have when we're living with him and we're following his commandments. They are truly a hedge of protection. And along that line, the thing that would be a horrible thing to do would be to say, I have this to-do list of things that I need to do, and then this other list of things that I should not do, and I need to be careful to fulfill this line and do as they did when they got the 10 Commandments and the people said, all that you say we will do. We just cannot. Our righteousness is filthy rags. We have to become aware of sin so that we can ask God to help us and that we can turn from it and we can realize what's sin. But truly what's going to change us is God changing us. He says that he will write those laws on our hearts. So there's the ditch of saying all of what you're saying I'm going to do. And there's also the ditch of saying none of it matters. It's all nailed to the cross. I don't have to do anything good. I don't have to follow God's commandments. So there's two ditches you can fall into. We want to walk down the straight and narrow, and God says, I will be a whisper in your ears as you walk, and I will keep you from turning to the left or to the right. So we don't want to fall into either ditch. We want to walk straight ahead. So I've added this to my Bible. So when I am reading through this, and there's probably going to be more to come, but I thought in this video, I could go ahead and let you guys know that there is another insert available. You can send a request to me. I have these inserts on my computer and I'd love to share them with anybody who's interested. And if you're curious about these inserts, how to attach them into your Bible, and also how to create your own inserts, I'm also going to put a link to a video that shows how I create inserts and how I glue them into my Bible. So that will also be in the pinned comments. And so until next time, be well and God bless.